Chegamos. E vamos jogar. Aqui deve ter aqui os fechar aqui. Agora vamos voar. Acho que é bom. Permitinho. Bora. Bora lá começar. Preparado? Eu estou. Bora. Esse jogo tem representação de psicose, pessoas com experiência de psicoses, canais de psiquiatria, seria a baleia, né? Hellblade é melhor desfrutar. Ajuste o brilho até que a imagem abaixo fique quase invisível. Ah, tá. Uma imagem ali que já estava invisível. Vai ser assim, tá? Porque tá quase visível para mim, para você está bom isso. Jogar. Opções, controles, áudio. Vou colocar aqui 70. Legendas ligadas, ok. Modo de foto. Ligado, né? Apresentação do Hellblade. Vamos entrar aqui para ver o que é.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Who is it?
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming. Is it?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment. I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was Druth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness such as psychosis is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead. Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis.
Opa, fala Júlio.
That provides a
Boa tarde. Tô vendo um pouco sobre o Hellblade antes de começar a gameplay aqui.
in a way that just wouldn't be possible.
Achei interessante essa opção que tem lá.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure, thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating.
Parece ser muito bom, hein?
Psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions.
Casadíssimo pra jogar este game, né, cara?
If we were to represent Senua psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing,
Antes atrasado do que nunca, né?
offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness. And crucially, we know that hearing voices
Quando sair o 2 a gente joga junto, hein?
for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
A Fera deve jogar também quando lançar.
Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in
Ah, eu tô aqui.
coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial
Aí sim, eu lembro que você comentou mesmo.
way sound is heard by human ear.
Dá uma refrescada na memória, né?
Incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you. Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences and they listened to our test.
Legal demais a produção, né?
How we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also crucially listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told,
Pois é, tem que dar valor demais pros estúdios indie, sim.
the reality of what people
Mas a Ninja Theory já tem a manha também, né?
I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching
Mas mesmo assim, um jogo desse tamanho,
in the game.
tanta pesquisa que eles fizeram.
Hands feel now, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know?
Sim, vão cantar mesmo para poder dar direitos autorais, né, ô cambado?
I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Feel like this, read like this, I just wanna live, that's all. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with recovery.
Esse documentáriozinho deve ter umas meia hora. Já foi 15 minutos.
So far, and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions, and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice.
Muito perfeito, né, cara? Muito bonito.
Doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic.
Olha essa voz que doido.
Sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Parece ser bem assustador também, hein?
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. That might have a particular salience or importance.
Tá bom, pelo menos o Tarantino já teve contato com você alguma vez, tá vendo? Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the
Jogou de headset? Eu vou jogar de headset, né? Eu sempre jogo de headset.
Internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts.
Eu acho que na hora que entra no jogo eles pedem pra jogar de headset esse jogo.
Experience being abnormal in any way.
I need a sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels
Muito legal essa produção desse videogame, né, cara?
setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question, is what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game
Foi lançado em 17,
or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
Eu tô aqui.
Blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic.
Acho que é de 10 em 10 minutos ele aparece essa mensagem.
Use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to. Things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory...
Essa ideia de que a cada vez que você morre a maldição vai tomando o seu corpo, e se chegar na cabeça você perde seu progresso inteiro, deixou muita gente cabreiro. Esse já tá me deixando cabreiro, não precisa nem falar se é verdade ou não. Já tô vendo que eu não vou poder ficar morrendo. Ah, mas eu acho que não acontece não, porque você morreu 1000 vezes.
I think all the way through.
Pelo menos eu tenho uma base, eu posso morrer pelo menos 100 vezes.
The game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible, so wonderful, really wonderful.
Acho que seu contador chegou no quê? Nos 37, não foi? Naquele boss, alguma coisa assim, sei lá, não lembro.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game.
Nada, eu tô tirando não, eu tô usando como base, profissional, ensinando a gente como que faz.
And ultimately, to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting.
32 eu lembrava que era alguma coisa assim.
Represents mental illness, because I think
Era-
it actually might be offering us insights that we
Culpa da placa de vídeo, tô ligado.
pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this
Na
weakness?
primeira você gastou o quê? Umas 8 horas pra zerar, na quarta você gastou metade, na segunda vez você gastou metade do tempo.
Flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
Meia horinha, quase meia horinha já de documentário. É isso que o pessoal falou mesmo. Bora! Agora sim. Bora, iniciar novo jogo. Assim. Depois de um documentário de 25 minutos, bora. Eu esqueci de colocar aqui. Isso aí. Fala, Pedrinho, chegou na hora certa, velho. Acabei de ver 25 minutos do documentário do jogo. Entrei no jogo agora.
Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now...
Tem que ser um top 5 por estilo de jogo, né? RPG, ação, aventura, plataforma, roguelike, tudo indie. Nossa, o som é muito doido, hein, no headset. Todo mundo coloca o headset aí, hein?
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? It's in hell high.
Look, up ahead. You see it too?
You promised you came.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back.
Como vai ser o tempo todo essas vozinhas na nossa cabeça?
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back, go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
Que bom, hein, Julião? Que bom.
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be?
Seria uma delícia esse doisinho dublado também, hein?
So many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
O barco tem um tocão de arco. E aí, vamos mexer agora o controle? Como é que é?
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late.
Nossa, muita coisa pra ler, gente. Embaixo, em cima.
No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
A hora de mexer, né? Vamos ver Start. Select. Uma câmera. Bora lá. Artes. Por enquanto dá pra fazer nada.
Use your eyes.
Use your eyes. Come closer.
She can't focus.
Why can't she focus? Take a closer look, Senua.
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate. but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Yearns for life, hungers for it, like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
Pela luz, né? Sai dessa escuridão aí que tá osso. Caminhando aqui na luz.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
You see?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost. Where are you?
Segura na cabeça não, né? Pelo amor de Deus. Parece que é assim.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him.
Opa, tem um botão pra correr. Achei. Nossa, sério que tem que ser o botão de cima? Por que não de baixo?
His soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives. She needs to save
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Gente. Uma ligação, espera aí só um minuto. uma escada no fundo ali. Vamos ver ali. Ela corre de ladinho.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim.
Jotunheim.
The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Nossa, que saco, cara. Ai, ela adora me pedir as coisas. Lá em cima, surdo. Lá em cima. Vou apertar algum botão pra subir. Bom que não tem nenhum tutorialzinho falando pra apertar os botões, né? Tem que ser tudo na sorte aqui, né? Não tem mais.
Quickly, Tom, quickly. This isn't right. You'll have to turn back. Just drop down. Why did she go down? What's down there? Turn around. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way.
Don't listen.
I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Around you now.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Druth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
You have to take a closer look to see. Why isn't she focused on? She needs to focus now. She needs to use
Hold
her
it in your
eyes.
mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
See.
Oi, hein? boiando, estou boiando.
Focus, and you will find it.
Tem que achar isso, né? Nossa, tipo uma sombra.
Towards the gate. And the gate will open.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe.
Apertar o bolinho aqui.
Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Work. It's not safe.
Certo. Parece que eu tenho que achar a...
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen.
Parece que eu tenho que achar as marcas para destravar o portão.
You listen?
As portas, né?
Everyone else.
Depois ir lá e abrir mesmo.
My people pay the heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Só que eu não lembro de ter visto alguns gameplays. Eu vi um pouquinho do jogo jogando, mas eu vi só batalha com chefe. Será que temos batalhas sem ser com chefe? Enquanto essa runa tá falando, você pode continuar andando. Te adiantar. Te adianta. Beleza, beleza, valeu. Nós chegamos em algum lugar que dá um gostinho. Alcança o portão pela primeira vez.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that
Vai, eu quero ler.
herself? The half-rotten goddess that walks over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Essa espada aí, minha filha.
resist anymore. Just give him back.
Por favor, cadê? É isso aqui defende. Qual que bate, Cristo? Meu Deus. Ah. Ah, eu tenho que dar tipo um parry? Só pode. Tem que... Ah, descobri qual que bate. Meia hora depois. Nossa. Ai, qual que defende mesmo? Aqui. Nossa senhora, que susto! É, já começamos bem, hein? Preciso me acostumar com os botões primeiro. Ah, vou falar que isso faz parte da história, não vai deixar eu morrer na primeira batalha, não. E me ouve? Acho que não. Faz parte da história, faz parte da história, faz parte da história. É isso, é ela, né?
Vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now
Eu acho que o
it has taken hold.
Y é porrada pesada, o X é porrada leve e o B.
The seed of the soul.
B é a defesa. Não, B é o chute. Preciso memorizar esses botões.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Tô suando frio aqui, maluco. Posso morrer na primeira batalha do jogo, não, é sacanagem. É história. Por isso que eu não consegui passar, tá vendo? Aí, ó. Já começou agora. O escudão crescerá cada vez. O escudão chegar na cabeça, senão a missão acaba. Ah, obrigado! Todo progresso será perdido. Eu sei que 32 vezes eu posso morrer.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
Consegui abrir a porta agora.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it.
Dois boss que então já. Surte e Valhalla.
And the
Valhalla.
corporation, Valravan,
Valhalla.
spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Eu tenho que matar 2 deuses pra voltar aqui. Agora já posso controlar, vamos lá. Esse corre. Não posso bater enquanto eu tô aqui. Eu queria tentar memorizar os botões. Eu tenho que memorizar os botões na batalha. Que delícia, hein?
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow.
XY bate, é isso mesmo. XY bate.
Sort, the fire giant.
E o B dá o bicudo, não é isso? XY bate. O Y é porrada forte e o X porrada fraca. E o B bicudo. E o L aqui corre. A gente corre, dá bicudo e já mete a espadada. A gente corre, bicudo e pô, pô, pô. Acho que é o padrão do sub-like também.
On her way back from the wilds, an outcast was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long.
Passar por baixo aqui, por cima é perigoso. Baixo é mais seguro, tenho certeza.
The Northmen.
Passar na ponte ali vai dar merda. Vamos. Será que ela entra nessa água aqui? Entra. Eu sabia que tinha que vir por aqui, tá vendo?
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks
Tem nada aqui, só história.
became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. Elsewhere, cannot endure a journey there.
Tá chorando, Senua? Deus, muita gente morta. Tem que achar essas... Nossa senhora! Não dá... Vai dar chave. Qual que defende, caramba? Fomos o primário. Ai, ai. Já deu ruim ali. Vou pegar o jeito dessa batalha aqui. Porque tava de noite, por isso que eu morri. Agora tá de dia. Ah, não sabia disso não. Poxa. Aí, ó. Agora eu quero ver. Já aprendi qual que depende. Vem, vem. É o A mesmo, é o A que esquivo. Agora já era, agora eu peguei os botões. Agora já era, peguei os botões. Corre, defende, bate, bate, bicudo e esquiva. Tem que achar esses símbolos, não é isso? Para abrir a porta? Pelo que eu entendi.
You hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Ali é uma ali, não é? É uma, não é? E não. Deve estar lá pra cima. Forma uma letra, eu tenho certeza. Não é possível. Versão minha. Agora o céu é o limite. No caso, esse jogo Hell. Obrigado, viu? Focus. Ela falou Focus. Aí eu olhando pro céu, na hora que você falou o céu é o limite. A dica. Quando esses símbolos estão aparecendo, muda na tela. É porque você está perto do lugar. É, imaginei isso mesmo. Ó, aqui, ó, né? Então aqui é porque eu tô perto do símbolo, né? Quando aparece ele. Cara, tem que ser esse bichinho aqui, será? Pega o ângulo certo. Puxa, cara.
Are they screaming?
Entender isso aqui. Sumiu porque não é pra cá, é pra cá, cara. Entendi. Entendi mais ou menos. Precisa de um pau na frente pra falar. Eita lá, olha lá ele. Tá jogando muito pau old aí. Eu entendi o que você. Entendi a pegada. Entendi, até o ângulo interfere.
The path to Hellhand is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
Vou sofrer com isso aqui, viu? Vou sofrer, ó. A tela tá até escura já.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of? I know it well.
Ângulo. Às vezes serve usar sombras também. Nossa senhora. Tô bom de pousa nesse jogo então, hein? Não, pode continuar do jeito que você tá aí, tá ótimo. Essa dica já tá salvando. Nossa, rolou até puladinho agora. Tá de sacanagem. Bati igual Matrix, menino. Nossa senhora, eu tô brincando. Sai pra lá, sai pra lá. Não, não, não. Nossa senhora, eu fui falar demais. Levanta, 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 pelo amor de Deus. Sai pra lá, seu verme. Ah, o cara falou, a mulher falou atrás de mim, você não escutou, não? Meu Deus, morri. Isso, cara, não é fácil não. Sei, vamos sendo consumidos. Aí o outro fala assim, pela segunda vez eu zerei sem morrer nenhuma vez. Que bom, hein, Joey? Tá ficando bom, hein, cara. Nossa, nossa, já tomei. Isso. Atrás, atrás. O cara falou atrás. Levanta, pelo amor de Deus. Vai morrer de novo? Não é possível. E lá vamos nós. Quero ver naquele boss. Olha só. Na hora que for jogar no bola, eu vou jogar quietinho, vou jogar 3 horas da manhã só pra ninguém ver. Tô brincando. Cara, são muito rápido, cara. Vamos. Ah, eu escutei ele falando atrás de mim. Uai, eu apertei o botão pra defender, não defendeu. Já tava muito fraco pra levantar a espada pra defender. Eu morri 4 vezes, cara. Ainda bem que não tem contador aqui.
It's nearly over. Finish it. You won. Better fight. Finish this.
Isso tá maravilhoso, olha só. É porque eu tenho que esquivar. Porque nem só bater não dá certo. Tem que esquivar.
When you see a fire gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Tem uma coisa a ver com fogo, cara. Fica aqui menos. Tá com cara que vai vir mais gente aqui, né? Eles gostam de ver os outros sofrendo, né? Que susto!
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Meu susto ali.
Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. The pyre. Surt is through here. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through? She'll need to find another way. Truth, Surt. Find your own path.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of fire giants.
Foi muito bom. Vamos aqui a casa lá primeiro. Do caminho, lá embaixo mesmo. Eu posso abrir a janela. Pegar uma água ali que eu tô morrendo de calor. Fogo aqui.
She needs to find it. Another fire sacrifice. Another fire sacrifice.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire. The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Voltarem. Qual que é o caminho pra voltar? Quem sabe de cor? E dá pra voltar? E dá. Vamos ver o que vai dar aqui. Não vai dar nada, não? Será que tem tempo? Eu acho que tem tempo. Ela morre asfixiada.
Answer your prayers, Senua. I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me! I am alone.
Isso não, moço. O E você acha que seus deuses te abandonaram? Mais um sacrifício.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Tô indo bem. Nas batalhas eu tô indo melhor ainda. Aqui eu acho que esse negócio no chão é tipo um rastro onde vai o fogo, tá vendo?
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but whoever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to expose the dark.
Sério que vou ter que achar as marcas? Parece que sim, né? Não sei pra que eu tô vindo aqui primeiro, com certeza tem que achar isso. Já vamos lá de uma vez. Jogo não é jogo de... Tem um cara morto ali no chão? É. Vamos lá ver essas marcas, que a gente vai ter que achar isso. Beleza, viu? Um R e um treco. Nós vamos achar isso.
The
Bom,
Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness.
eu já ensinou.
Senua.
É porque aqui tem alguma coisa.
Own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Frente dessa casa aparece, hein?
I was a man,
A casa do...
not a warrior.
A casa do...
To survive, I did things.
A casa do... Poxa, velho, como é que é o nome do cara? Do Kratos, ó. Casa do Kratos. Vou chegar perto aqui, dá, não dá?
The man I once was has died.
Dá, não.
And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Opa. Portão ali. Ah, tenho certeza que a entrada dessa casa, ó, não tem lógica. Vamos lá em cima, né? Porque tem escada aqui pra subir. Alguma coisa aqui pra olhar daqui pra lá. É ali, cara. E será? Ele tá falando do R, que é? Eu vou achar esse R, meu Deus do céu. Tô perto, hein? Aqui, ó. Nossa senhora, hein? Que isso? Luta pra cá. Mas onde? Tá pra cá. Ali é o X ali, ó. Mas não é um X, né, cara? Cabeça. Aqui, cara, aonde? Lá dentro? Não. Não consegui captar aqui ainda. Uma coisa a ver com essas árvores aqui, hein? Olha, olha. Cadê? Cadê? Beleza. Entendi, ele fica mais... Vamos me dar um sinal no tapete. Agora eu não entendi. Ah, tá aqui, achei. Tinha visto. Com fome, cara. Será que tem algum final especial se não morrer? Final secreto? Aqui não tem muito segredo, né? É só seguir aqui a... Eita. Sobe a escada, filha. Sério, você vai cair? Ah, eu tenho que apertar algum botão ali. Não é possível. Poxa. É de lascar, né? Eu não entendi aqui, não. Agora eu entendi. É porque ela desequilibra mesmo.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard.
Nossa Senhora!
Fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their gods. There is nothing we can do to prevent it. God seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to expose.
She's hurt. She won't make it. She's hurt. She's not gonna make it.
Defende!
She finished it.
Por favor, pra onde que eu tenho que correr? Sai daí, mano.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the prime.
My world is dead.
Only then As with a newborn, will you see the world anew?
No, I see nothing now.
Vamos lá, vamos para a tarefa difícil. Achar 3 letras agora. Nossa, obrigado. Vou never find.
How did you escape your darkness?
Quais que são as letras? Um P, um N e um X.
Longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Zerth. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran into the fire, so that they would not follow the path to Zerth. Fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Aí complicou, e tem fogueira, tem porta com 3 símbolos. Nossa. Tem um símbolo aqui em cima. Onde? Ali, será? Eles estão falando que tem na onde? Posso ter sido aqui, tem que ter alguma coisa aqui. Posso ter sido aqui à toa, lógico. Não tô conseguindo identificar, cara. Não consegui pegar. Entendi. Posso voltar tudo isso pra achar a letra, não. A letra tem que estar lá. Uma foi. É tipo, o que, cara? Não consegui entender. Ai. Essa aqui que eu não tô entendendo. Tipo, mas, não sei, não.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Só que ao contrário. Como é que eu faço para vir ao contrário? Tem que vir descer aqui. Será que depois a gente consegue abrir essa porta? Pô. Tá lá naquele lugar lá. Esse, mas eu não consigo identificar. Será que daqui de baixo eu vou conseguir? Vai se ver. Lá em cima de novo, tá lá, não tem onde. E lá vamos nós. Onde que tá esse letra B? Não estou conseguindo captar essa mensagem aqui. Sobe na torre e olha pro telhado. Esse telhado aqui. Aqui, né? Vai pra ponta e olha pro pilar. Ponta? A outra ponta. A torre que você tá mesmo, beleza. Vou é essa aqui mesmo. Tem que olhar pro telhado. Você tava do outro lado. Esse telhado. Vou depois disso ele falou pra esquecer o telhado. Olha o pilar da torre que você tá. Lá é esse aqui, né? Nessa torre e o pilar é isso aqui. Bom, eu acho que isso aqui é o pilar, né? Eu vou ficar quietinho aqui, parado. Aí você me fala. Eu não sei o que é pilar. Olha o pilar da torre que você tá. Pilar. Vou te mandar um print no zap. Caramba, cara. Não é possível que eu não vou achar. Vamos vir pra cá, vamos olhar pra cá. Eu sempre tenho negócio de ângulos. Mas tem um ângulo que pegou isso aqui. Cara, eu sei que é aqui em cima. Realmente é difícil. Difícil esse aqui, hein? Tô tentando aqui até agora nada. Eu sei que é aqui em cima. É suspeitável, você falou. Eu não conseguindo achar. Maldito P. Deixa eu ver. O que você mandou pra nós aqui? Aquela casa ali. Nossa, isso aqui tem que fazer o P, né? Tá de sacanagem, pelo amor de Deus. Tava colado no negócio e não achava. Aí tava certo, a primeira que você falou é isso mesmo, olhar pro telhado. Certo. Tem que ser tipo alguma coisa assim. Junto o telhado com a porta, sei lá. Valeu, valeu. Telhado que essa treca aí. Eu. Deixa eu ver aqui agora. Tá. Tava procurando a minha Zeratina para achar a posição. Ai, ai. Vou sofrer, hein? Tô até vendo.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Surt and escape my darkness, then so can you.
Bom, o que é importante é que eu tô gostando pra caramba do jogo. Muito bom. Muito bom mesmo.
Run, Senua! Run! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop you! Run, Senua! Run! 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 Run, Senua! Through the
É muito sofrimento, cara. Não, agora não, agora faz parte da história, né? Passa.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say
Vai pirar na Batalha do Lago de Sangue. É perto? É, não, é. A gente tá no do fogo, né? O sangue é o outro, né?
I promise.
É o segundo boss, né? Oh, delícia. Quantas mortes teremos agora?
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me.
Pra que você tá enfrentando ele, filha? Me fala pra quê? Ó, me fala pra quê? Levanta, levanta, pelo amor de Deus. Não entendi ele não. Será que eu tenho que ficar fugindo dele? Dica, não dê. Eu não consegui ler sua dica agora. Pera aí. Mas eu acho que eu fiz o certo. Agora vou ler. Não, 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 não. Dica, não deixa o boss concentrar. Bate nele, senão ele é hit kill. Eu vi. Na hora que ele tava concentrando, eu corri pra cima. Essa segunda parte que eu não tô entendendo. Não deixa o boss concentrar, bate nele, senão ele te dá hit kill. Beleza, esse eu peguei. Esse eu lembro de você jogando. Só que essa segunda parte eu não lembro. foge da porrada, mulher. Foge, foge! Foge, foge, Mulher Maravilha! Foge, foge, Superman! Valeu, valeu pela chica. Ah, tô indo! Vou jantar, a janta ficou pronta. Tá bom, na hora que o chefe morreu.
A greater battle takes its place. But so it goes.
Que bom que deu 2 horinhas de live.
Until we fall.
1h30 pra matar o primeiro chefe. 2 horas que a gente viu um vídeo de explanations do jogo de meia hora.
We all fall. Even the gods have their time.
Quem ficar travado ali mais umas meia hora, com certeza, só pra achar aquele P ali. E aqui também. Eu nem imaginei que tinha que apertar o Fox na hora que as vozes estavam conversando. Mas a gente vai pegando a maldade com Júlio nos ensinando.
You will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Nossa, dava pra jogar mais 2 horas tranquilo, viu?
Be ready.
Jogo muito bom mesmo.
Face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers. Your quest. Your truth.
Derrota surto. É isso, eu vou lá jantar. Não sei se eu volto hoje mais. Valeu demais pela dica. Top demais o jogo, viu? Nu! Ele pode não ter jogado antes, hein? Que jogão. Que jogão. É isso aí. Valeu demais mesmo. Bora que bora. A gente volta. Valeu, valeu, Júlio.